here we begin. As the first feeble light of dawn filters down into the pit, you awaken to find yourselves surrounded by the stark, unforgiving walls of your prison. High above, the jagged silhouette of spiked log walls loom menacingly, a grim reminder of the futility of escape. Each corner is marked by a looming watchtower, and their silent sentinels casting dark shadows across the barren landscape below. The faint, crackling hum of the magic suppression field fills the air, its insidious energy sending tendrils of pain coursing through your weary minds. A dull ache settles behind your eyes, a constant reminder of the oppressive grip that binds you to this desolate and hopeless place. Around you, the air hangs heavy with the suffocating weight of despair, mingling with the acrid scent of sweat and fear that permeates every corner of the pit. The ground beneath your feet is hard and unforgiving, its rocky surface offering no respite from the unrelenting heat of the morning desert sun. Weak moans and whispered prayers echo through the pit, a mournful chorus of suffering that serves as a grim testament to the cruelty of your captors. Overnight, the relentless grip of the pens claiming its toll, and several of your fellow captives lying motionless upon the dusty ground, their bodies twisted and broken by the merciless hand of fate, or something else. Yet amidst the despair, a spark of defiance flickers within you, a stubborn refusal to surrender to the darkness that threatens to consume you. Though the odds may be stacked against you, you refuse to yield to the cruel whims of fate. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, casting harsh shadows across the barren landscape below, you steel yourselves for the trials that lie ahead. For though the road may be long and fraught with peril, you know that you cannot afford to falter. For you are not slaves. You are survivors. And as that sun continues to climb ever higher into the sky, the voice of the head slave master echoes around the walls of the pit, and you vow to defy the cruel whims of fate and carve your own destiny from the ashes of the past. Today is but a day of learning, of watching, spotting weaknesses or opportunities. Moments ago, the gates of the pens swung open, and through it poured 20 or so guards, amid shouting from the overseer's balcony. The words of the head slave masters defiantly hard. Orders from a creature you barely knew existed this time yesterday. Oh no, there you go. And now, the master over whether you live or die. For now. His cruel voice echoes.
Group up, maggots! Won't say it again! Form into your assigned groups, or feel the sting of the lash!
The residents of the pit instinctively move into 3 groups, and a couple of guards move out of their formation and take up spots near those groups. You, stranded in the middle of the pit with anxiety building up inside you about which group you were supposedly assigned, you look to each other quizzically as what to do. But before you make a choice, however, again the head slave master calls out.
Fresh meat! Until your worth is discovered, you will be assigned randomly. Go! Sort them, quick!
A guard moves to you with club in hand and splits the group into the left and right group only. making sure to show to the head slave master he is doing his job with the occasional shove and push if you didn't react nearly as fast as he liked. Everyone, please roll a d2.
You too. Oh,
Oh, shit.
okay.
Just a minute.
I was using the well-discussed intro to make coffee.
That's alright.
Nice.
I'm just gonna push you into the other group. It's okay, Nissa.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you.
But what if she would have rolled a 2 and left me by myself?
Exactly. Pepper didn't that one this time. Okay.
I did. 50-50. Pretty good.
Once again, the head slave master's voice is heard.
Fucking finally! It's like herding blind and stupid sheep. Right. Gladiators, trainees, head out to your training grounds. Beastmaster Morgan has laid out your extra rations. He says you're gonna need 'em if you're gonna survive today. Fucking move, you scum shitters!
The middle group moves out wordlessly. They collect their rations and head away to the north through the gates and towards the arena. I'm just gonna put them there. The head slave master's voice is heard once more.
God! Rig the rest up!
The guards standing beside the remaining two groups produce two sets of long chains connected to single manacles and move to proceed to clamp a manacle onto each of these group members' ankles, connecting the members of the group to each other. Just gonna move you up there. Move you up there. As they do this, the slave master shouts out,
This is for all you new fleshbags that are soiling my slave pens. You work your hardest or you feel the whip right away. No warning, no nothing. Try to escape? Well, we have a special place for escapees. You fight back? The whip. You rest too much? The whip, right away. Talk too much? The whip. Don't respond to your guard? Whip. You sweat or bleed on the great calyx ziggurat? The whip. My slave pens work because of these rules, and you are proud members of Calyx slave pens, and you will act accordingly, or your skin will show your insolence.
the guards finish chaining you all together, all but Malanda. They stand back, nod at the slave master, and in response he shouts,
Group on my right.
this one?
Brickyard labour. And on my left, pen custodians. Gods, get them to work. And as for that bitch,
He points straight down to where Malanda is left unfiltered.
you bring that bitch to the Templar's tent right away.
And as the formation of the guards move into position with the intention of moving you out of the pens for the first time as part of your chain gang, you have a few moments to talk. What would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna lock eyes with Melanda.
Mm-hmm.
As, you know, I heard that last part and see her, like, move to the Templars, and I'm kind of, like, gesturing with my foot. I'm, like, loosening a stone. kind of trying to just give her an idea if she wants an out.
Hmm. Is it like, how obvious is this? Because you're being chained up.
Yeah, it's probably like a spot. I think it's more like I think we know each other,
True.
both in the military. I think we can do this pretty concealed, especially considering her
Mm.
line of what she used to do.
Yeah. I'll say like it's possible for her to see that with her passive perception. And she's just gonna roll a quick insight here. Oh yeah, fair enough. She looks over to you with your gesture as part of like some sort of military what's the thieves' cant. And you see her cross her hands in front of her, a sign of it's okay. No action needed.
Right. I think that's most what he do. Really talkative, really, so kind of like tries his best to stay calm, especially when he like gets roughly, probably roughly put on these manacles.
Mm-hmm.
And see like there is a real big urge to like kick the shit out of the guard, but um it's not followed upon.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
Aurora?
Yes, Mag.
So if we get whipped while we're putting the stones onto the pyramid, because we have spilled blood onto the stones, therefore we'll be whipped again. Because we bled on the stones again, we will be whipped. Is that how the logic goes there?
Expect a minimum of 3 every time. Yes.
Ah, okay. Another thing, how much are slaves cost in this place?
You don't buy your freedom here, Mag.
That's all I meant. Let's say like a trader wants to buy a slave. How much would that be?
Small fortune.
Okay.
Quick correction.
I suppose it's...
Quick correction on that. Slaves are quite common here, all but those who live within the warrens or like homeless. Most people can own a slave, so middle class and up.
They would be paying to buy from King Canuck, so it would be up to them. A noble would have enough money, perhaps.
Okay. Hello. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Don't try anything immediately, Mag.
Me? No. No. Me? No. My friends? Maybe.
Okay. Melanda is manacled at the wrists, and the guard takes the chain in between the manacles and leads her out like a dog on a leash, heading up and out and to the right. And you lose sight of her as she moves over to the right. Just gonna put the tokens up there. As everyone is shackled up, the guards in formation by the gate stand to attention as the head slave master gives a nod to the left, a nod to the right to the guards, who in response give nods. He then turns around to the overseer on the balcony and says,
Overseer Blacktooth! Slaves ready to work for the day.
Gron is up there looking down upon you as if a lofty royal. And with barely another glance, turns around and heads back down the stairs. And you don't see him. Move him up there. The drums start beating once more from that balcony, and as they do, the guards head out in formation. Dum, 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 dum. And I'm just gonna remove them. They are leaving to the north, and you are led out in your group on the left towards the ziggurat in the brickyards. The head slave master also leaves and heads up there. And you guys on the left, you are. I'm just gonna leave your tokens there for the time being. You're leaving the slave pens chained together with all these other NPCs. On the right, you are actually held there for a moment. And I will come to you in a second. Okay. Well, now where's my party thingy? There it is. So, you guys are down here. So, you can see here. There be slave pits.
Didn't think we'd be back there, you know.
Oh damn,
How
we're right
strange.
next to the.
So, I'm just going to make 2 tokens here just because it's necessary to do so. People working in on the ziggurat, they're going to be moved to the brickyards in single file. You're a chain gang, jingle jangle. You're team blue. And those as pen custodians are staying in the pit for the time being, also chained together. You're led. So I'm just going to take Team Blue for the second. You're led towards the brickyards by your guards that are leading you forward. You are under heavy watch as you leave the slave pens and head northeast towards an area of makeshift work. There is timber, there is stone, there is tools, and you have, a moment to discuss amongst yourselves or to the NPCs with you as you make this exit out of the slave pens. If you wish.
Can I try to gauge the strength of the manacles?
How?
I don't know. Is it is just one of my feet ankled, or are they both?
Yeah,
chain?
it's heavy dark iron. Your one ankle is connected, is manacled with a also dark iron clasp. It looks well created and heavy.
Okay. I think if it's only one, you can't really test it without being super obvious. So it's not going to.
Okay.
Is it possible to, once they were let outside of the slave pens, could I can get a look at the the route that they're taking, as well as the outside, next to the gate? How does the situation look like over there?
Yeah. I mean, I can.
I mean, the infrastructure.
Of the pens themselves.
No, when we were let outside of the gate, right?
Yeah.
On the map, I remember there were like the feeding area, but outside of that, is there anything beyond?
No. So if you were to zoom in, you can see that there are small buildings and stuff, like to the left. But there isn't anything other than like a small hut where the feeding area is. It's not super detailed, but you're heading north, more like straight out and past the gates. You don't like make a turn so much. Let's drag this here. So you like, let me say linger. So you go like this. That's basically your route.
Gotcha.
Like how many, like obviously there's these guards that came with us, but what's with the area outside of the slave pens? Are there like still like a lot of guards at like
Yeah.
exit points or? Okay.
There's guards all around here. As you actually make a perception check as you're like leaving. It's early in the morning.
It is now with disadvantage because all skill checks are at disadvantage.
You are exhausted.
So that's a 9.
So,
Do I also need to roll?
I mean, you were just looking about, like, you asked me just a general question. You're not looking for something specific, are you?
Is basically I'm trying to see if we can prod this place for weakness or a possible escape. So, yeah.
Oh, I see.
I guess
Okay. Yeah, you can roll me a first initial perception check too. Lokar, as you look around, you know, it's still early in the morning, but the heat of the sun in this area of the world obviously weighs on your shoulders. You're fine with the heat, generally speaking, but as you look around, people are active around this area on the eastern side of your vision. Where the caravan district, well, the noble district really, or before the caravan district, begins. You see people are moving down the roads and alleys relatively quickly. There seems to be a hustle and bustle before the real heat of the day comes into effect. You also see as people move through from the noble district edge through the brickyards, past the ziggurat into the smith's district, there's a lot of traffic, including Templars, including other guards. It's not like it's a barren wasteland, it's a heavy traffic area. And as you guys are led out onto the brickyards, there are looks of kind of disgust and, you know, pity and, you know, serves you right looks. So it's a mixed bag, and it's not like you're in any shape or form in a hidden state. For you, Magram, a 13. You don't notice any weaknesses specifically for the gate or the areas around. You do notice as you walk out that there are some gallows up on a hill by the gate entrance behind the water pump.
Lovely.
Yep. Nothing more than that at this point. You're kind of shuffled out, and you know, you're dragged somewhat by your chain gang.
Makes sense. Malcolm will try to get as much information as he can into his head. He's trying to make a plan, basically.
Okay. Team Green. You have been given pen custodian tasks. This is, as you are explained by the other people in your chain gang, this is cleanup duties. This is, on the whole, cleaning the holes around the pit of bodily waste, removing dead slaves, and cleaning the discarded dinner bowls around the pens, and also laundry duty. Yay! The chain gang that you have currently still stays within the slave pens, as there's quite a lot of things to do at this point. As you are almost like a caterpillar, like, or centipede, like you're kind of dragged around by the guard dragging the first slave. You're first led to the pits. I'm just going to put you back on that other slave pen just so you can see. And you are led to, like, over here. And your first task is to pull up the corpse that now is in the pit. One that you saw yesterday, Nissa?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Yep. And clearly it was not doing so well then. So collectively, you are all trying to get this guy out of a 20-foot pit. And you sort of need to work together to ensure this happens. You're given like small pieces of rope and like some tools here and there, but you all have to work together to pull this guy out of the pit. So, we will be doing a quick check here. Yay, skill checks to pull a guy up out of it. So let's do some, I will roll for the others as a group, but you guys just roll strength, athletics, please, to try and pull this guy out.
Athletics.
With disadvantage, right?
With disadvantage, yeah. Everyone's
Oh,
with
shit.
disadvantage, so.
All skill checks are with disadvantage.
Yep. Oh, shit.
Damn.
Ability checks.
Oh shit. Okay. As you try to pull it out, your exhaustion kicks in, and the rest of the slaves in your chain gang also aren't feeling it. And you see that the guards immediately, as you're failing to pull out this dead slave at any speed whatsoever, they pull out their whips and begin whipping you all. And you will take 1 point of whip damage. As you are immediately whipped for your incompetence or inabilities to drag them up. Roll again, please. Okay, same thing happens as you're still failing to... another point of whip damage. Once more, please. You get 3 attempts before we the inevitability happens.
Before they kill us all.
Oh.
Ah!
That's
Damn
half
it.
6. That's half 10.
Luckily, the rest of the group is doing okay, and you are just about to receive another lashing, but you pull out the corpse and lay it onto the side, saving yourself from another whip. And then you're instructed to go around the rest of the camp and find the rest of the bodies. And you make it to, obviously, the south part where 2 slaves are dead due to your own hand. And you do find another slave in the elven camp. You pull everyone together. And the guards throw at your feet as you all line up in front of the dead corpses of dull axes and instruct you to chop them up. These will be finesse weapon attacks, as they are like light, and you need dexterity to chop away the bones. So, once more, please, as you will have your hand holding a dull axe. Chop, chop, chop! Just roll dexterity with your attack modifier.
Well, yeah, at least you guys don't get disadvantage, right?
Right.
Yep.
Which is an attack modifier. Hit.
So what are we rolling?
I mean, you can just do like a
just-
dagger attack.
Just a dagger
So-
attack or a dexterity attack, whatever you have. Otherwise, just
Just a
roll
dex.
your dexterity with your proficiency.
So
Okay.
Dex is +1.
Okay.
Yep.
And then my proficiency is +2. So just +3.
Plus 3. Yep.
Okay.
So I have Dex +2, proficiency +2,
Plus 4 then.
plus 4.
so +4. Why can't I type?
It's like, doop. Move these guys here. Oof. Okay, clearly your hearts
Michael.
are not in it. And it is
Nope.
seen the rest of the group is chopping away without a care in the world. They are severing through tendons, flesh, and muscle with spurts of blood. Actually, no spurts of blood because they're already dead. Just like the blood oozes into the baking, scorching, rocky ground and almost sizzles under the heat. And before being absorbed into the parched land. So clearly, Nissa and Karik, you are not, getting your hearts into it, and it is immediately noticed by the guards, and they come over and says, "Put your backs into it, dog," and they will give you a whipping. 1 point each. As the rest of the group gets to it, you need to put your backs into it. Roll again.
I think.
Okay, Nissa, you're somewhat, dealing with the fact that you're mutilating a body. Karik, maybe at this point, something within you is like not really giving you all of that motivation. So maybe you want to describe here like what Karik is feeling as you receive more whipping. 2 points of whipping this time.
Damn. Yeah, he's just can't really. He's struggling. He wants to, because he doesn't want to get hit anymore. But he's struggling to bring himself to actually do.
Mm-hmm. And the guard just like walks up behind you as you're like failing to really cut through anything or give it any real try or attempt, and he says, "I'll beat you, Turtle, until there's nothing left, and your shell is but grains within the sand beneath you. Cut! Cut!" And you get to roll one more time before the inevitable happens.
All right, I'll try it again.
Let's go, Turtle.
You have inspiration.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not using
Oh,
my
no.
inspiration on this shit.
15, yeah. And as you hear the words and the spittle of this guard on the side of your face with the whip stuck underneath your chin, you get to work, regardless of the fact that your heart is not in the fact that you are chopping up an elf or chopping up anything. Survival kicks in and you split through a leg. And we'll leave you there chopping for the time being. Chop, chop, chop. The team blue. You are pulled over to the workyard, where, like I said earlier, there is pails of water. There is a mud pit. There are lines of very large bricks. There are other slaves almost like that you haven't seen them in the slave pens, but other slaves working on the ziggurat for the glory of King Kalik. They are hauling bricks, and some you can see already are working on the ziggurat itself, and some are cutting some wood supports. So we're not going to do it the same way as everyone gets the same roll. So for who we got? We got Mag, we've got Lokar, we've got Aurora. Aurora, you are put on the duties of quickly adding water to the mud pit and jumping in there and stomping on the dirt and grime with your bare feet, because you have no shoes on. Stomping to make mud for the purposes of making mortar. You are needing to do this relatively quickly, otherwise the water filters away. So we're going to be using you as an athletics check. Lokar, you are obviously of great stature, and your ability to pull bricks is immediately, seen. And you will need to roll athletics 2 for hauling bricks. For Magrim, you are seen as someone without as much muscle, and instead you are currently given a blunt axe to cut some wood supports. So you will be rolling melee attacks. Please roll.
Can I get advantage because of my powerful build, and I can
Roll straight.
carry push things at double the.
Yep, roll straight.
Okay.
Aurora, your stomping is not stompy enough, and you receive 1 point of whipping damage. Magrim, you cut well enough to begin with. You pick up a dull axe and you start chopping into the woods lumber to create some wood supports. I need you to, I need you to roll damage with a d6. Lokar, you are whipped.
Hey, it's a strange tag. That's hard to go. Okay, sure. I rolled above.
You're meant to roll athletics, not strength.
Oh, then okay, I can do that. You said strength, but so that's why
I said athletics. I thought I said. Oh, sorry, my bad. If I said. Okay. Yeah, like it is almost like impressive to the guards as you are dragging these very large stone bricks almost by yourself. There is ropes that are lashed to the stone, and you drag it with, without much trouble. Magrim, you are not chopping it well enough. You will take 1 point of whip damage. Chop faster, you dog. And we'll do it one more time, please. Stomping in the mud, dragging the bricks, chopping the wood. Oh, dang. It's even easier for you, Lokar. And it's almost like the guard steps back and says, goes, You can see him, pondering over your work ethic. Magrim, roll damage, please. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Aurora, you will take more whippy damage as you are stomping the mud, but not well enough. So maybe have a think here about what's going through Aurora's mind as she's now, put into a pit of mud. Aurora?
I'm pretty sure that Aurora is intently not thinking of anything.
Okay.
Just focused on task.
Okay, well, you're clearly not focused well enough because you got whipped twice, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have a third chance to do well or suffer the eventualities of what comes next. So, one more time, just for you, please roll your stompy stomp. Okay.
Yeah. Saw that coming.
You first receive 2 points of whip damage as the guards like whips you down and says like stomp harder. And as it seems like you're not doing your job well enough, he jumps into the mud pit with you and proceeds to beat you with whip damage 3 times. So for a total of 5 points. It brings blood to your nose, and you feel the sting of the whip over your shoulders and your arms. And he grabs you by the throat as he looks into your eyes and says, "You too good for King Karlik, slave." He like squeezes your throat as you stare face to face.
Gotta stare back at him and say nothing.
He like throws you down and gives you another whip and says, "You answer when I ask you a question, slave." 2 points of whip damage.
Gonna slowly get out of the mud, turn around, and stand at that like military attention.
Mm-hmm.
I serve King Gallic.
You get out of the mud. The guard watches you do this, and like he grabs you by the hair as you're like you're standing there, and throws you into the mud pit, face down, face into the mud, and says, "You work extra today. Listen to what I have to say. You will break, dog." Back to Team Green. Chop, chop, chop. How's it going?
Well, Lisa is about to puke.
Yeah, same.
Holding it in, barely.
Another guard comes and brings a large sack from the north through the gate and orders you to dump the pieces, heads, torsos, legs, kneecaps, what have you, pieces of meat, muscle and bone into this sack before it is then dragged out to the north, and then he turns and makes a left. Your next duties in Team Blue. Oops. Are... Oh, a bunch of cleaning. Yay, you. So, you get pulled around by the leading slave and the guard. You are expected to pick up all of the bowls and then clean them with dirt, dust. So, it is more arguably mundane work, but it is looked on as something you need to do. So, slaves of Team Blue, please roll your sleight of hand as you try and clean these bowls.
You mean green?
Sorry, what did I choose? Team Green? Team Green, yes.
Yeah,
Team
we're
Green. Team
green
Green.
in the-
Team Green, yes.
Okay.
So,
Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. Oh, Nissa.
Still with disadvantage.
Still
Oh my
disadvantage. Enjoy the 2 points of whip damage on Nissa.
I am rolling.
And
Nice.
1 point.
Well, it's kind of thematic, right? I think Carrick would be very not good at, being in it.
1 point
It's
for
fun.
you, Carrick, as the rest of the group. How do they do? Everyone gets whipped. And put your backs into it one more time with feeling. Clean them bowls, Team Green. Kark.
Oh, Carrie.
Alright, guys, I'm just gonna go. I'll be back next week.
2 points of whip damage for you both, as you
Yeah,
clearly are not cleaning these bowls. Like you're barely putting any sort of work into it. Maybe you don't understand like how you like use sand and dirt to clean things. But nevertheless, you are not enjoying the lashings of whips from these guards that are forcing you to do this menial labor. And this is like, going into sort of mid-morning at this point. You're just like doing all the chopping, and now you're doing the cleaning. One more time before the inevitable happens.
I love it here.
Yeah, I mean,
Love it.
it's great.
It's
Okay,
fantastic.
as clearly you're not doing well, you each take 1 point of whip damage, but you are both pulled to the side. The chains jangle from your chain gang as the guards put the whip underneath your chins and say, "Even the most menial tasks are important to King Kalik, and you are making a mockery out of this chain gang. How dare you!" And they will proceed to whip you mercilessly to get your shit into action. You each take 5 points of whipping damage as you are brutally beaten, and the sting of the whips like lash over your skin, your shift and loincloth. Or I guess like Kark doesn't need a loincloth, but anyway, your skin is like split and bleeding with the thin lines of whippage.
Are they
You
whipping my shell?
no, because like that doesn't hurt you. Whipping your legs, your arms, your neck. 'cause
Maybe they started with it, noticed that it didn't hurt you, and
Yeah, yeah.
it's like, wait, what the hell's going on?
well, let's just hit him at a different.
It's like, oh, you go, oh, ow, oh no. Stop, please, it hurts too much. You are beaten and thrust back into the rest of the group, who have taken on cleaning your bowls. One of the chain gang, the halfling girl, like comes over to you, Nissa and Karak, and says, "I don't know who you are, but you're making us all look bad. And if you fail, we all fail. So get your fucking shit together, okay? You gotta clean those bowls. You gotta do whatever they say. Otherwise, we're all going in the pits, okay?" And she gestures to like the blood stain of where you chopped up this body, Nissa, and says, "You don't want to end up like him now, do you?"
Oh. Lisa is slowly going to like sort of draw her tongue across her bloody teeth because her lip is big. She's going to look at the halfling girl and she's going to go, "If you keep talking to me, you'll be dead by morning. So shut up."
Oh, wow. Just roll me an intimidation right there, please.
I do hope I roll well this.
I mean,
Oh.
dang, yeah, with the blood on your face and, the blood in your mouth, you are not looking like a happy camper. And this halfling, like, with all the best will in the world, you frighten the shit out of. And she, like, shuts her mouth and maneuvers to a point where she is like as far as possible as her chain allows. Nevertheless, that information is given, and the cleanup crew doing bowls and shit is doing that for a while. Back to Team Blue. Team Blue. You are still working, but it's coming to the around noon-ish at this point, and the scorching heat on your backs is starting to take its toll. Those of you who are used to the desert sun just shrug it off, but those who are not will suffer the effects of the blistering and sunburn that comes with it. Though it is clear, as you are working within the brickyards, that population is beginning to thin out as the heat of the day is beginning to take its toll on Gerst. The nobles with silks and colorful decorum have almost disappeared, and all but Templars and other slaves are visibly working or walking around. If you do not survive in the desert, please roll a Constitution saving throw.
Since I'm covered in mud, and that's a good thing to help you with heat, do I get any help on that?
It's a good thought. You're not necessarily entirely covered in mud.
I was thrown face first into the mud a couple times.
Face first. Okay. You make a point. Okay, sure. You are caked in mud. You get to roll with advantage.
Cool.
Magrim, the fire never bothered you anyway.
I would consider myself being used to the desert heat.
You are not needed to roll, Lokar. So, you see, though, that part of your chain gang, one of your fellow guys, in fact, the guy, Pink Dot Dude, that Aurora served water to, falters. The heat of the day breaking him down, and you can see that exhaustion is taking its toll. You look over to this one, and you can safely deduce that this person mechanically has another level of exhaustion, but luckily you resist. Work is then shifted around. You are led to the ziggurat. The bricks that Lokar has been shifting around almost like it's a workout has sped up the maneuvering of bricks towards the ziggurat, and you are presented towards it here. You see at the base of the ziggurat, looking up to the peaks, that there are pieces of the ziggurat yet still to be formed and created. However, the first thing that you notice is that you are in the shade of the ziggurat, and the feeling of the heat on your skin is a welcome reprieve of coolness. Yet, you can see as you look up the steps of the ziggurat, there are bodies of slaves that have been left there high up and beaten to a sense, to a pulp. This happened during the morning, and it is your job now to pull them off the ziggurat, pull them down, and it is your turn to chop, chop, chop.
That was like a finesse roll, right?
It was a melee weapon attack. With, finesse. Dagger. It's fine. Magrim, you find the severed cords easily enough. Lokar, you brutally, crush bone and sinew without any sort of issue.
I'll roll my inspiration on that.
Okay, Aurora, you're weakened, maybe? Let's see,
No,
inspiration.
nothing. There goes that.
I mean,
Uh,
I feel that if I get hit by a whip a bunch of times, honestly.
what's that?
I feel that, you know,
Oh,
having, you know,
yeah.
being a little bit out of it.
Aurora, you're like, caked in mud and whipped mercilessly. You take an additional 2 points of whip damage, as you are not really getting on with the task at hand. Maybe you're weakened from all the beating and the stomping in the mud, but it's only you that needs to re-roll your finesse attack.
I swear to God.
Oh god.
Is it like, I've seen like multiple people at the same corpse, working on the same corpse.
No, it's more like you each have like a corpse to break apart, and you can see that Aurora is struggling with it as she tries to work harder after that lashing. Like,
Yeah, I was
clearly,
wondering if I could just, you know, if it seems like I assume since everyone wants to get on, since it's bad for the group, it's like not unnatural to like just, you know, also do the chopping.
you attempt to
So
try and
I'll
move across.
yeah, exactly. I'm just,
Okay.
you know, I'm not sure how far away I'm from her body,
Uh,
but I'm just
As
like,
you attempt to help your fellow chain gang member moving off of your body, the guards notice you move and says like, "Stick to your corpse, dog," and whips you. And you take 1 point of whip damage.
Could I make a medicine check to identify a ligament and get leverage, therefore rolling again?
Smart. You can. Definitely you can.
Okay, this is a disadvantage.
10. I mean, joints, muscles, ligaments. At one point, I mean, you've studied how to injure people and where to inflict damage. However, your mind clouds with the beating of the day and the heat. You're not used to being a slave, and unfortunately, you do not feel like any sort of inspiration comes to you in terms of how to do this better than you are doing, other than just, get back to it. Just do more damage. Like, you're not thrusting hard enough, or like your wrist strength isn't strong enough. And as the guard looks to you and says, "You again? Oh, we're gonna have fun today, you and me, human." And as he raises his whip, he says, "Do it right this time, or feel the lash." Gives you you took 2 points from last time. One more attempt for you, Aurora.
and you can also see like as
I am cursed.
Cursed
Bokar
indeed.
gets like whipped in the back, you can see like like everything tenses up on him. And he does not turn around because he probably would start punching the shit out of the guy that's whipped him.
Mm-hmm.
So this just says tense up and just walking backwards a few steps to not face this guy
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Okay. You focus on the task at hand. 2 whip damage to you, Aurora. As you fail to chop the final time, and the guard that you have come to, well, personally hate, you know what's coming, as your axe doesn't really take any purchase. You're basically just crushing skin. You're not managing to do much severing. You're hearing bone breaks, but more like a fracture. And as you look down the line with the pieces of bodies being separated into neat chunks, and you see Magram being able to deftly understand exactly where to sever, you close your eyes in knowing what is coming, as a flurry of whip hits come to you. With 5 points of whip damage. I don't know if that. Are you still awake?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see your.
Front line, you know?
But I know you only have 19
With
health
a
though.
front line, you know?
A bit like
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
So
I
how much is actually Aurora doing though?
I have 2 HP.
You're
but
fine. You're fine. Yeah, it's more than
yeah,
you need.
but I'll take a deep breath and second wind. So, like as soon as he's done whipping me, I guess.
Yeah. You are bloodied and bruised, and your back aches from lashings, and you are almost like dragged away as this brutality happens, and it's only for a second before the rest of the chain gang picks up your work, Aurora. You take a deep breath. Fair free. You can definitely pull up your adrenaline. Feel some heals. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Magrim and Lokar, you see that this guard is got it out for Aurora, for whatever reason. Maybe the fact she's a human, maybe the fact that she's like weaker or something. You don't exactly know the reasons why, but for whatever reason, Aurora is being brutally punished for her lack of abilities or her inabilities. Her screams are heard at the base of the ziggurat. Back to Team Green. That's you. Now it's time to clean the guard's underwear. Yay!
What?
Loincloths.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. You are all led by your chain gang guard up to the huts to around the left. Outside of this hut is water troughs that are like murky water. It's been like stale water. Clearly not really able to be drunk. But a couple of things could happen here. So, I would like you both to roll perception.
Hey, I'm good at those. Still a disadvantage though.
Oh, dang. It's not going well, guys. Getting all the nat ones out early.
And look, Karik, the moment it's something you would do, you know, it works.
Yeah. Karik, as you are led over to the left there, you can see up and to the north the edge of the arena. It's coming to almost top of the hour, top of the day, you know, at its hottest. And you, above all people in this campaign, kind of know that when it's noon or like at the height of the day, you don't stay out. You find a rock, you find shelter, you go into your shell, you do whatever it is you need to do to stay out of the sun. And you see up at the arena, in the shade of the arena seating, I suppose, you see those people, Grange, his boxing buddy, a half-elf, and Nehav, sitting down in the shade, being fed meat. Okay, like chunks of meat.
Does it look like the meat that we just chopped up?
It's a bit hard to tell, like, if that's the case. You don't know if that's the case, no. It's like, It's quite far away. It's like a few hundred meters away. You just notice the fact that they are there.
Okay.
But they are getting rations and they are drinking water. And they are
Okay.
in the shade. You guys
Noted.
have been shunted over to the laundry side of things, and you're with your chain gang group, and your duties are to first try not to gag from the stench of the laundry, and also to clean it with the water that you have. So get to work, splish splash. This will be. Constitution saving throw to not gag and vomit into the water trough. Clearly, someone has already done that, otherwise, it would be somewhat cleaner. Nevertheless, con save, please, from you both.
Saves are also a disadvantage, right?
No,
I
No.
no,
don't
saves are not a
think-
disadvantage.
Saves are good. Okay, cool.
Yes,
Okay.
they're not a
okay.
disadvantage.
So 16 for Nissa.
Yeah,
You do. That's a lot of nat ones, Nissa.
only checks, not saves.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
Only
okay.
skill
So,
checks. Yeah.
so should I roll again? then?
Ability
No,
checks.
no, no.
technically.
I'll just take your
Yeah.
16. It's fine.
Thank you.
I would only ask you to re-roll it if you rolled incorrectly, but because I can see the number here, yeah, I'll just take the left number
Okay.
as it's your first number. And Karik, you've smelled worse. Personally, you've probably smelled worse, but here, this is just everyday smells, and one of your chain gangs, in fact, that halfling, who is, trying to keep her distance from Nissa, gags on it, and a little bit of vomit is in the water, and she gets beaten quite mercilessly.
Keep on the
And
ground.
she's like, you're all in front of a trough, right? You puke on the ground. She's like, boo. It's just a little bit. The fact that she gags. Okay, so 5 nat 1 so far, indeed. It has been a bit of a wild one. And
I mean, we do roll twice every time, so.
yeah, I know. It's fun. And you get to work putting your muscles into action as you try and get the stench out of these loincloths. Please roll your athletics. Scrub.
Okay.
God, Jesus.
Come on.
Poor gang.
Okay, 1 point of whip damage to you both.
They're gonna kill me.
Oh no.
Not yet.
The rest of the group actually does pretty poorly as well. It's the heat of the sun, perhaps, as it sort of boils and bakes down. And you are in a little bit of shade here, and you do have, stagnant water in front of you. So it's not the end of the day. Like maybe some people just like dip their hands into the water and just like put it over their shoulders to try and stem off some heat here. But you will get whipped 1 point once more with feeling. Scrub.
Athletics, right?
Athletics, yep.
Oh.
Okay, Nissa, you're like putting your mind to it, like you imagine wringing that neck, I guess, like.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna feed your souls to my page.
Take that loincloth! Karik, you are going to take some 1 point of whip damage, and it's like Aurora in Team Blue, Karik in Team Green. You are being singled out by these guards, and you once again gain the eye of your guard as everyone else deals with the scrubbing. Your claws can't really get it. I don't know what's going on with Karik here. Maybe you can, if you wish to provide some insight, that's cool too. Otherwise, you're gonna roll your check again.
Yeah, he's just visibly irritated. Like, he's trying his best,
Oh, he's
honestly.
trying.
And he just keeps getting the shit whipped out of him. So he's starting to get irritated.
Sure.
Which is it takes a lot to get Karik irritated. But he's getting there. So try again.
Yes, please.
All right. I'm gonna use my inspiration this time.
You
It's
can
a
say
straight
after.
roll.
You can say after.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
have
okay,
to.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So I still roll with disadvantage, and then
Yeah, yeah. If you
Yeah. And it's
say
a re-roll.
the reroll
Inspiration.
is inspiration,
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah.
okay,
Okay, the third roll basically.
Let's go. Okay. You
okay,
wanna?
yeah. I'm gonna use my inspiration, and I
Okay.
can
Yeah, so it's just
re-roll it. Just a
yeah, it's
straight
just a
roll.
straight roll. Yeah,
Okay.
straight extra dice.
Oh,
Yes.
13.
Tell
Finally.
me the DC was like 12. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, you're good. You managed to focus and get back on track. Maybe like your inspiration is drawn from that lovely night underneath the stars, as you try and put your mind out of the situation you're in, and you focus on the task. Scrub, 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 scrub. It is still baking on your shell and baking on your skin. It is not a happy experience, nor than being a slave is. And these are the duties that you are needing to do. For Team Blue, you have successfully chopped up your bodies. Now it is your time to work on setting some stones. These will be your last checks as you are, you have like a small break. You don't get given any water after chopping your bodies up. And your small break just because the guards are taking a break at the heat, the height of the day. And after they have finished hydrating themselves, they direct you to climb the steps of the ziggurat and to set some bricks that are yet to be set. So,
Adrian,
yes.
while we were having a break, would it be possible for Magrum to get close to Aurora?
Yes.
As he would see that she got lashed pretty hard, and he will use some of his ASMR healing to restore some hit points to her.
Okay. How does it look?
Essentially, a rune appears on the palm of his hand that he reaches out towards her, and soft white light shines on her wounds, restoring 2 hit points.
Does Aurora let this happen?
I think at first, like Aurora is like in such like I'm going to kill this orc mindset that she twitches as Mag approaches and like sees the rune on his hand because she's seen him heal Melanda before and
No.
just nods a thank you.
Mm,
Or who did you heal?
He tried to heal, but he couldn't
Oh, he tried to heal.
in the slave pens.
Seems like you could use some help there.
Aurora raises an eyebrow and realizes that magic works.
Indeed. Out of the slave pens. And there's no vocal component or anything like that for your healing hands?
Let me see.
I don't think so. It's just an ability, not even like a spell.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
How can I post it? Like
Yeah,
this?
yeah, perfect. Yeah, so you don't say anything. You just
No.
Yeah,
Just touch.
your good vibes give heals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. Then there's no way you can get caught.
Nope.
2 health to Aurora.
And so we've been like always in this chain, no matter what we do. Or
How far are the guards from us right now?
15 feet.
Okay.
like obviously we had like different jobs, so were there like different
Mhm.
chain groups or
Well, I mean, the idea is that you're chained together, but the chains aren't like tiny or short. And dragging stone isn't like you weren't dragging it long distances. But it happened over several hours, so people shift around, you move together. It's practical. in terms of like who does what. In the middle, it's like that's where the mud is being like stomped on. On the other side, it's like where people are being chopping wood, things like that.
Okay.
Um,
And did like the amount of guards that are around, did they like get less, get more at specific times? Or like
Oh.
right now it's like super hot outside, so I assume most guards have like fled to the shades, kind of.
No,
Okay.
the guards endure, but they stand in the shade.
So there's no sort of like moving of the guards to a more like comfortable position.
Nope. You are overseen throughout the day.
This is a DM question. Is thaumaturgy potentially loud enough to cover the casting of a spell, the vocal component?
Explain.
So one of the things you can do with thaumaturgy is make like sounds at a point within range, and that can be things like rumbling thunder or crash of lightning.
Yeah.
If I was to cast Healing Word on myself, could I use thaumaturgy to like put a sound to cover me casting it, or is that not something that would work?
No, so thaumaturgy has a vocal component itself. So you would say like "flame on" or "thunder over there" or whatever it is to cancel or like Latin or whatever it is. So you will be heard casting thaumaturgy.
Okay, yeah, then never mind.
Yeah. Okay. It is time to set some stone, unless anyone else wants to discuss.
No.
Okay, it is quite precise work. So this will be sleight of hand. No,
Boy.
first is insight to determine where
boy.
to actually put these bricks, because they're all kind of different sizes. So insights to then give you better or worse odds in placing them.
Can I cheat off someone else and get advantage this way? Kind of
Can
seeing
you-
like since there's a chain and we do after another basically.
Can you
I think
cheat
someone
off
probably-
like
Yeah,
you're
just
in a
like
classroom? Like
trying
what do you
to
put for question
get
4?
trying to get some understanding and just seeing like what the other people that might have worked here before do.
I mean, that's pretty funny. Sure, like you don't know exactly what to do here, but you roll a different check instead of insight here to determine this. Let's roll. What would this be? I mean, I will give you perception instead of insight to determine this.
Okay. That's good. I get that.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
dang. And Magrim?
You said in Discord a second ago, BRB.
He did?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we will just wait for that. Okay, as we wait for Magrim to come back, so you both fail.
Do we still do the sleight of hand check or no?
Yeah, you do it, but you're not gonna. The DC is higher for failing.
We just get disadvantage on top of disadvantage, maybe.
You can roll your sleight of hand.
Damn, the second roll is always good. That's why wait.
Damn,
Wait, what's
damn.
the second one is a natural 20. And wait, they were both natural 20s. Wait, what? I destroyed 2 natural 20s just like that.
Well,
No.
congratulations.
Damn you.
You will get 2 points of whipping damage for failing to put the right stone in. It is like jagged and it's like it doesn't fit properly. You try and shove it in and you like chip another stone and it is very obvious
That hurts.
that you whip. So when Magrim comes back, we'll just see if he's smart enough to place.
How could you mess that up? Look at the picture. They're color coded.
I,
Yeah.
I know, right?
I have mud in my eyes.
It's like Lego bricks.
I lost 2 natural 20s.
Yeah, that we have no dwarves
feel
that
sad.
have.
I have
masonry.
actually not rolled higher than an 11 that has mattered. Like,
Hey man, this is
it's,
like
it's
life
pretty
as a slave.
incredible.
You're feeling the burden of it, I suppose. Except for Magram. Magram's doing fine so far.
So far, yeah.
Magram will basically fall fastest anyway.
I think he has some con. So, probably okay-ish.
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, I thought last week about swapping one of the numbers to get an even higher con. Maybe I still do that.
You have one episode remaining to do that.
If I can't make my skill rolls, I might as well just have 20 con. Like,
This is why I give you like higher stats to begin with, because like ultimately your stats need to be there eventually. But nevertheless, we'll proceed on. Just like leave it
We can
Magrim.
just roll it.
I mean, I can roll for Magrim. Hold on. Magrim is
Could also roll for him.
inside. It's cool.
I'm
Thanks.
good at rolling for other people.
I bet every time you roll for somebody else, it's a nat 20, isn't it?
It kinda is, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good at that.
Can
But
me and-
honestly, I
can me
mean,
and
so
Lothar
far,
just swap rolls for the rest of the day.
yeah. I mean, you tempted fate by putting your status, you know? I have to
Yeah, I
say.
know. I know.
Okay, Magrim's gonna take.
But if I
2
if I
points.
change it now,
It's, yeah, you have to stay on, you know?
I gotta stick with it.
Yeah,
Eventually, it'll
can't
be
give
true.
in.
Okay, another sleight of hand check, please. You must do your civil duty as slaves of King Kalik to get at least a stone in place.
So just sleight of hand. This
Just
time.
sleight of hand, yeah. No more cheating. Oh, dang. 19.
I'm
Pepper.
gonna use my inspiration.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Tired of this, yes.
Aurora. Okay, fail.
Nope.
Oh, dang. And I will roll once more for Magrim.
Exhaustion sucks.
I would like to rage.
You.
I think this is his. It is his like the version that he did before, where you know after the since it was the second hit, and he is very annoyed, but he knows he has to like not kill this guy.
Mm-hmm.
That makes him even more angry.
Yeah, the silent raging.
Yes, you can see
Sure.
again like him tensing up, and then like his bloodshot eyes coming out.
Yeah, Aurora, you
Um,
take 2 points. Lokar, 1 point. Magrim takes 2 points. No. Magrim actually doesn't take 2 points. He did well.
Yeah, the first time he took damage. I don't know if he rolled for the first.
I
fail.
took, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1 point says you like take this and once more before eventualities happen.
All right.
Sleight your hands. Oh dang, Pepper.
Yeah, mixing up my dice. They're not in the right place.
Okay, time for some more whips. Wait, is that the 3 fails?
Yep.
Okay, first time. You get 1 whipping damage, both of you. But
I
clearly,
get 0.
I'm gonna hit 0.
No, I have 1/2 to 0.5, which is low, rounded down to 0.
no, it's minimum 1. You don't get 0
Does
damage.
it say that?
Yeah.
Where does
It's
it say that?
it's always minimum 1 though. You can't get 0 damage.
Why not? I'm angry. Why can't you have
You
me
can't
like
get
that?
half
I mean,
points
since
of
this one
damage.
case where I take
Take
1
your
damage to
take
0
your 1
damage.
point, Pepper.
Oh man.
You can handle it. As Aurora, you take 1 point. Did you say you fall?
I'm gonna do when they do the thingy lash.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Because they're gonna be like wailing down on you both for failing to get this right with
That's minimum 3 damage, and I only have 3 health. so-
five points of whipping damage as 2 for you, Lokar. as the whips come down on you for clearly failing. And Aurora, you say that you hit unconsciousness?
Uh-huh.
Okay. It is all non-lethal, by the way, just so you know. But you hitting the ground, things go black for you. And this is a perfect time of what happens. As the remains of the day play out, Team Green, you do your scrub, but you come back to.
Can I try to do something while we're scrubbing the
Sure.
guards'
Scrub.
laundry?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna. Karek's really irritated. He's gonna try to just take a handful of sand and put in someone's underwear.
I mean, you could try.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand check.
Yep. With disadvantage.
Yeah. With the guards watching. Let's do it.
Yep. Damn it! I rolled a 20.
Oh, you
Yep,
rolled a
hey,
nat
man.
20. Yeah, you are caught
Feel you.
trying to like put pocket sand in the pockets, and the guard clearly sees what you're doing and says, "Oi, they're my breeches. I don't like sand," and he's going to whip you.
Yep.
For 1 point
Don't
of
like
damage.
Okay.
It's coarse and dry and gets everywhere. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Unfortunately, so. But as you are like, the remains of the day, like you've been doing this all day. You're tired. You're exhausted. You're injured. But you. Actually, 2 perception checks, please, from Nissa. One perception check each for Karak and Nissa, please.
Perception.
Yep. 9.
Oh, I rolled a 20 and a 1.
Oh, wow.
Hey, welcome to the
Nice.
club.
Nice.
This is pretty interesting. So, Karik, this isn't like a roll that you can really fail. It's more about timing, as it's a smell.
Okay.
You smell a sour, acrid smell in the air coming from the catering hut to the north where you picked up your ration. It is a smell of like foul meat boiling. And it turns your stomach. You've again smelled worse, but it is not something that you particularly enjoy the smell of. Nissa, with your natural 1, actually this turns in your favor as the winds of the desert carry the smell away from your nose. And you do not pick up on this awful, awful smell of soured, like rotting meat smell coming from the catering, so to speak, hut. And you are eventually led back into the pens with your chain gang. And at that same time, you see Team Blue also being marched back from the ziggurat. And I'm assuming Lokar carrying the unconscious body of Aurora. And
Kind of firefighting pose, like over the shoulder.
yeah, scooping like a bag of potatoes. And you all are once again united within the slave pens, and everyone is exhausted and beaten and hurt. But immediately as you are released from your chains within the slave pens, the one by one, the elves go to the west, the rest of the races go to the east, and finally the last group, the people that were at the arena, walk in unharmed and looking mighty fine. Sweaty, but not injured in any sense of the word. They are even smiling. Aurora, you are obviously unconscious, so you can roll me a con for not a death save, but just in case you wake up.
Oh, okay. Nope.
Okay, you are unconscious still. Cool. You are all back here, and I will begin to move. One final thing happens before you are all currently allowed to discuss, I suppose, is as you enter the slave pens collectively, at the very back of the slave pens, you see Malanda with her knees up against her chest, back against the back wall, and you can see her skin is injured, cut, seared, bruised. Her face is puffy and bleeding. Her hair is, torn in some places and frizzy and frayed. She is not looking happy, and you can see that her eyes are, red around for signs of crying. Your day ends. Your first day of a slave.
Thanks to carrying Aurora for now. Lucar is going to approach Melanda,
Uh-huh.
kind of like not getting too close.
Lisa too.
Just kind of like make eye contact with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she like watches over her knees at you as you come closer to her. She doesn't move. She doesn't like back away. She just stays there, holding her knees, sitting on the floor, somewhat in the shade.
Wanna join us in the tent?
Sorry.
I'm gonna little kind of lean down and look at her.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me, Melinda?
They didn't take my ears yet.
I have.
Pretty sure your friend over there, pointing at Aurora, who's unconscious, would be able to tell you if she was awake. She strains in her voice. It is hoarse and cracked. There are signs of screaming for the majority of the day. They
No, look. Oh, sorry. Oh,
they tried to break me. She winces in pain as she laughs. It's gonna take more than that. I'll die before I give up the Alliance.
If it's too much for you, you can. You always have the choice of going early. Might be easier.
what do you mean?
Killing yourself, using a rock here, and punching yourself so hard that you don't wake up again.
You say this to Melanda?
Yep.
She raises her head up to your eye line, and she gives you a look of such anger and fury at your comment. And says, when have you ever looked at that I would give in? It's insulting that you think of this.
Good. I was testing you. Seems I didn't did too much to you then.
I've had worse.
I think it's best if you can get to the tent. It's kind of, if people notice you and see you as weak, then that's problematic. So if you just stay with us, it should be fine.
She nods weakly.
All right. Let's get out of the reserved space and see if we can wake up our little human here.
Yeah, I was gonna, while that conversation was happening, I was gonna attempt to wake up Aurora.
Well, I was carrying her still.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I thought
Yes.
she was left with us over there.
No, it's just because I'm not moving the token.
Gotcha,
Yeah, so she's being over the shoulder of Lucar.
Yeah, I think I'll try to find like a good place with some shade, even though the tent is broken, and kind of lay her down. In not an aggressive way, just standard, and kind of like like get everyone to join in the tent. Get as the sun is still going, get some shade. As I see, like most of them, in pretty bad shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Not the best first day, it seems.
No, not really. No. They had us chop the bodies that were scattered around the pen. So yeah, not the best.
It was quite terrible out here today.
Actually had to wash the guards' underwear.
Oh,
I didn't know that there were so many adults who still like shit themselves on the daily.
Maybe they're just having fun seeing you do washing that.
yeah, but do they wash themselves afterwards? That's... Oh, God. Okay.
How about you?
So, and did you learn anything? Their shifts, like... He's still taken aback by that comment, I'm sorry.
Well, as for me, not really. I was too preoccupied trying to, not whipped.
Same for me. I wasn't able to pay much attention to the guards. I did notice though that Grange and a few others were taken to the stadium and seemed like they were treated pretty well. Not
Yeah,
sure what that means, but
they
they were
went to-
Meaning well?
definitely
went to-
in the shade and got fed while everybody else was being forced to work.
They were getting fed?
Yes.
Fucking hell.
With some luck, I'm gonna get there too.
Yeah, the arena. They're probably for
Yep.
fighting something over there.
Yep.
Or
We should
fighting
go talk
themselves.
to Grange.
For what? To share his food?
No, not enough for the food. Maybe we could get some info out of him, because he doesn't look too right.
Maybe, Nissa, you should take a moment to rest.
Sorry?
Maybe you should take a moment to rest. We can ask Ange later about it, I'm sure. But
Yeah, sure. I mean, not right now. He's not going anywhere. So, yeah, maybe later. The sooner the better. I want to know what the business is over at the arena.
Now that we're all in the tent, I'm gonna try again, or to wake up Aurora.
You don't need to. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
long enough time. Aurora, you stir. On one health.
Wakey, wakey.
Gonna sit up, look around. I'm going to kill that god.
Well, for you to do that, you need to start getting the work done, unfortunately.
I was
Maybe you're
hoping
not
you'd
used to it.
cooperate. It'd be better than all of us being fucking. Why does that sting so much?
And we'll be out of here before we get used to it. I'm sure.
At this moment, it seems like we have to, at least for some of us.
Yeah. Well, we did figure out that once you're outside of the safe fence, we can use our magic.
Oh, really?
And that beyond the gate, there's not much else in defense. So, if we could scale the gate somehow, the only defense that's really in our way is, well, you saw that clip, the place where they feed us. There's probably some guards over there. But other than that, it's an open field into, well, up north. I saw there were some buildings over there. I imagine we could lose guards there for a couple of minutes.
We can get to the Warrens. There are ways
Yeah.
out of the city.
Yes, that.
The warren's on the other side of the city, so it's not gonna be a walk in the park, especially if we keep sleeping here. We're going to get weaker and slower. So running is becoming less and less of an option.
Which slaves did the best today?
I mean, it's obvious that those that go to the gladiator stuff are capable fighters of some sort, and they don't seem to have to worry about surviving that much.
Work with them. They're the most powerful. Everyone else can be a liability. I want to help them, but I can barely fucking help myself.
I agree. We should start not helping others anymore.
Eat a dick.
I'm quite enjoying this back and forth, to be honest with you guys. I'm entertained.
Well,
You
I'm
don't
just
look much
trying to
better.
help you. When you're strong enough for yourself, you can start helping others. But you don't start with helping others. Well,
I talked to Minaj. Oh, maybe I'm gonna sit here for a minute first.
As you get a little bit more acquainted with what were the events of the day, a commotion is heard throughout the pit towards the gate of two female voices basically shouting and screaming at each other, being dragged in through into the slave pens by another guard. And it causes quite a commotion as they shout, say like, "You bitch! I'll catch you!" I just need to move the tokens. Hold And the two females are thrown into the middle of the slave pens, and the guard walks out and stands up on the balcony here. And it is a commotion as there is a human. Oh wait, did I put them on the right layer? Hold on.
We don't see.
Nope.
Oh, layer token. There you go.
There they are.
A human and a half-orc. Females are wearing actual like gladiator-style armor. The human is this strong, buff female with a scar on her face, messy blonde hair, wearing these arm wraps that have these spikes on them. She's not carrying a blade or anything, but she's clearly wearing a gladiator garb. The half-orc is wearing the similar sort of garb, but more in her aesthetic. With tattoos on her right arm, long brown hair, and clearly they are having a bit of an argument. The half-orc girl says, shouts out, "You're such a fucking bitch, listen! I'm stronger, faster, and tougher than you! I should have been his partner!" And listens, like, steps away and, like, wheels back at the half-orc and says in a measured tone, "Kenla, when you are dead, I will fight at Tashlandral's side." And Kanla returns back saying like, "And the trainer chose me because our skills complement each other." And Listen starts to goad and taunt Kanla and say, "You may have complementary skills, but you're far too ugly to be by Taklandra's side. That's why he chose me." And Kanla and Listen start to fire off insults at each other back and forth as the elves move to like the edge of their camp to like see and witness what's going on. And there is movement on the eastern side camps too, as people kind of see what's going on.
The guards doing anything?
You can see the guards on the like looking over the fences, and some of them are talking to each other, and you can see. Actually, make an insight check here.
Oh yeah, do that. 12.
Disadvantage, right?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I forgot. Natural 1.
Oh my god.
You can see they are like next to each other, and there is some conversation that you can't hear. You can't determine exactly what they're doing up there, but they seem to be looking down towards the two girls. They start circling each other.
I think I'll like get close to Grange, and be like, say to him, "You probably know these two, right? You went to the Gladiators, I think. What are they doing here, and why?"
Yeah, brah. Well, when we were training, brah, these two here, they're already, like, bona fide gladiators, brah. They're, like, working out, and they're just, like, do the performances in the stadiums, brah. I mean, they are hella hard, brah.
Right. I was asking for your own feelings on them, but... And they're not here in the slaves pen usually, right? At least I didn't see them here yesterday.
Nah, brah, they caused a bit of a situation, brah, in the arena. Like, they're arguing over a guy, brah. His name's Takandra. Takandra, brah, he's like the lead gladiator, brah. He's like the superstar of the arena, brah. I wish to be him someday, brah. He's so cool.
Right.
And Grange doesn't step forward. He just like watches Listen and Canla scream insults at each other, and more guards sort of step up to the edge, and you can see they're also like muttering to each other. Anyone else want to do anything as they're circling each other?
Yes,
I'm going
Oh, go ahead.
to move closer as well. Try to listen in and watch what they're doing. I'm gonna say arguing over boys. That is so less mature.
I wonder if they'll give us slave popcorn.
Yeah, you do miss it, don't you?
Oh, it was great.
So I assume, like talking to Grunge, I assume we're just letting them kick the shit out of each other, or
I know, bruh. You do you, bruh. And
I mean, I'd love to punch some things.
Assert dominance. Walk up, punch them, force them into order.
you see as you're like discussing with Branch, they literally start tearing into each other and punching and fighting and kicking each other, screaming, pulling hair, but like they're like beating each other like up pretty heavily. And you can see that, you know, Listen is more nimble, dexterous. So I just put Listen here and Canla. And Canla is more like brute force and strong. And Listen dodges and weaves, but then Canla just like swings her fist, and Listen ducks underneath it, trying not to get in touch with her fist. And Canla is like just starts beating into Listen and gets her on the ground and begins to start choking her out, and it looks like she's about to she's crushing Listen's neck, and she's like struggling underneath Kanla's weight, and like gasping for air, and like her arms are flailing and trying to pull her away.
Yeah, I think I've been walking up, and like I crack my neck, and just go into a rage.
Oh, you rage. Okay.
And like give like a this time like an actual shout at both of them, and to like stop this nonsense. And I don't know, I'll try to, I guess maybe just shove Kenla away.
You can certainly try. She is a gladiator, and she is hell-bent on killing this human girl.
You know what, maybe I'll just punch her.
Okay, roll to attack with advantage, because she's on the ground.
Oh, it was Kenla that one on the ground.
No, Canla is on top of Listen.
Oh yeah. Oh, but still, okay, yeah.
So
I see,
like
I see,
it's like
Yeah.
it's like this situation.
Yep.
Get her,
Let's
get her.
just. Yep. Okay, so that's gonna be an unarmed attack with advantage. Let's. So that's a 16.
Yeah. Roll some damage.
So that is 6 points of damage because of rage.
Yeah.
Adding on that there.
She definitely feels this crack on the side of her head, and you feel, Lokar, this crack on with your fist. It's like, oh shit, she's not like this sort of weak person, like this human you decimated last night. She like takes the hit like a champ and rolls over to the side. Listen gasps for air, like as she takes a big gulp of air and rolls away. And Kanla like looks to you, Lokar, and says, "I'll fucking kill you too!" And she's going to want to attack you. So let's roll some initiative.
Right.
Roll initiative. Is anyone? If anyone else wants to join into this, they are welcome to if they wish to.
Yeah.
I need her to. Yeah.
You guys, you still have your health, so remember that.
Then
Okay,
Yeah,
you're
hold on.
close.
Hold on, I need to wipe the order. Hold on. Remove all turns. Clear.
Don't wipe us.
And Kanla.
Did we get a short
turn.
rest before this happened?
No.
Oh,
Okay, Kanla
Too
rolled
easy.
this. What did you roll
Stay
for?
out.
Okay, I'll just give you your
I can just put
turns.
myself on top. Okay, that's fine.
Nissa, your wait, Aurora, you rolled initiative. I mean, everyone can roll initiative. You don't have to take action on your initiative.
okay.
So everyone roll initiative. Why not?
Oh, can you just add mine in? I forgot to click at the token.
Yep. There you go.
I've been cheated out of a point of initiative.
A turn.
No, you can take your first roll. I also put my first in.
Yeah, take your first initiative roll, not your second one. This
I would
one.
love to re-roll, but I won't.
Wait, come on. Why can't I type
Couldn't be
in?
much worse than a 2.
Nissa, you rolled a 19.
I
Nice. Nissa, Karik, Magram, Aurora, Lokar. Okay, Kanla actually beat you all. So let's get some freaking battle music. Enough of this desolate.
I cannot hear any music.
No, you can.
Can you hear
Oh
now?
no, yeah, no, I can. Yeah.
Okay. Kanla is going to, rush at you. A Lokar.
Yep.
With a 19 to punch you.
Hits.
Okay, and she is quite a beefy kind of girl. So her strength, you will get 3 points, but to 1.
It's already
'cause you're-
reduced?
No,
Oh, to 1. Okay.
to 1, because you're raging. And she punches you, and it's like a solid punch, but you like shake it off, barely a scratch on you, and she looks at you determined, and she will move to this side here, like circling you, and she will then use her offhand. Wait, can she do that? No, she can't do that. She was just gonna punch you. Cool. That is what she's done. Nissa, you're first. Do you want to do anything?
I'm gonna move to Canva. Is it Canva?
Kanla, yeah.
And I'm gonna punch her.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Loka would maybe give like a glance. Like you can see he's doing very fine right now. And he looks at you knowing that you're not looking too well. So he just says, I can handle this. Don't do anything silly, please.
Okay. I'm going to look back at Lokar and kind of shrug my shoulders
Mhm.
and go, I've been taught to punch first and then ask after, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna punch her as a warning.
Team listen, I guess.
He does
Yeah.
give you a smile, but while being worried at the same time.
Okay, roll to attack.
Okay. Oops. That's 12.
12. She ducks under it, or like parries your attack with her guard.
Can I ask her what the hell is going on?
She is like with fury in
between
her
her
mind.
and-
She is not in
and
the
the-
frame of mind really to have a conversation at this point. She is like in the fight.
Okay. That's my turn, I guess.
Okay, Karik, anything you want to do? Popcorn?
I'm just gonna shift up a little bit so I've got a better view, and I'm just gonna hang back and not do anything right now. Just gonna watch.
Okay, Magrim, anything you want to do?
Yes. Magrin will walk up slowly and think, man, what's the best way to diffuse this situation? And he sees his different friend throw another punch, and he goes, okay, yeah, that diffusing the situation will not help. All right, so he'll pick up the pace, and as he rushes over to this side, will kick up sand at the half-orc, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll kick up the sand onto her face, giving the help action to Lokar.
Ah, smart. Okay. Okay.
Get her!
She like puts her hand up briefly to like try and block the sand in her eyes. Pocket sand. Okay, Aurora, anything you want to do?
I'm going to walk over here and stand behind her and wait for her to get knocked onto the ground. Fear and intimidate.
You wait, can you move that fast? Oh, you dash. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
Lokar.
Yeah. I think he's going to say, I don't want to take you on alone, but fine. And like, he's going to give a double punch into her.
Okay.
And the first one with advantage.
Yes, has advantage.
That's a 14. Does that hit?
Nope. No, she's wearing armor.
Alright, that's unfortunate.
Wait,
Bonus
they were
action
thrown
attack?
in here
Nope.
with
Yeah, they'll throw in here with armor. Yeah, but just no weapons.
Yeah, this was
as far
thrown
as you
with
can see.
armor.
Nope.
I missed that.
I think you can see he is just like doing some like wide swings. He doesn't seem particularly like worried right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just like testing her like flexibility. I'm gonna pretend that is what he's doing and why he's missing. Or maybe he's just trying to cover. That's also possible. It's maybe a little bit of both.
Okay.
And he's just going to, I don't know, try to taunt her so that she keeps like attacking him.
Do you have like a taunt function, or it's just
No, like I'm just saying like flavor wise.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She obviously can always choose who to attack, but he tries to like make it seem like he's like all that tough and mighty and not worried.
Okay.
And giving like these easy to dodge swings.
Okay.
Making her seem like I'm not like believing her to be able to do something.
Okay, fair enough. As she kind of like gets surrounded, she takes a look left and right, and then she like goes down to her boot and she withdraws a shiv. And
what?
A shiv, like a dagger.
Oh yeah. No, sorry, I didn't hear it.
Okay. A shank, a shiv.
Don't want to hear it.
A stabby device. And and she will roll to stab you. Okay, who? She hasn't been.
I hit her the
Oh,
first.
you hit her. Okay, okay, yeah, sure. She will do a stab attack at you,
I think I'll
Lokar.
say. Seem like you can't beat me with your fists, huh?
She's like you put it more into her fury as she screams and lunges at you with a 15 to hit.
Misses.
Okay, you dodge out of the way, and she.
I think it's like kind of scrapes off like his stone skin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it scrapes off. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And she will
Obviously
use.
it dodges a bit, but it scrapes off the side.
So she will do a kick attack as part of her abilities, as part of her attack. 16 to hit on her kick.
Misses.
Also, okay, so she does like a roundhouse to try and catch you. Obviously, you're very tall, and you either block it or she misses. You step out of the way, and she is like getting furious and she's growling. She's like, "I'll kill you all! I'll kill you all!" Nissa.
I'm going to grapple her.
Okay, roll athletics.
I'm going to try and
It's
grapple
also
her.
with disadvantage, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has
I'm
insane
aware.
strength. But hey, you got this.
I don't, but
Huh? There's always a
Yes.
chance.
Yeah, show her. Okay. Okay.
You're just
I
flung
know.
away.
Oh my
I don't got
goodness.
this.
Think for a situation.
Yeah, you try and grab her, and like her arms are like made of rock, and she immediately twists out of your grasp easily. And she like looks over to you and says, "You wait your turn, bitch." And anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay,
No.
Karik. Anything you want to do, Karik?
I'll look around. Have the guards done anything
Perception
since
check.
she's pulled out a weapon?
Perception check. Disadvantage because you be exhausted. 14 is enough. You see right now that the guards are pretty pissed off. You can see like someone putting away a little pocketbook as if they were taking bets, and now that has stopped.
Okay.
And you can see that there is some movement happening at the because you're looking up, right? On the over the edge of the log wall.
Yeah. Okay, since I see that the guards are probably on their way in here, I'm gonna stay out of it.
Stay out of
I
it.
don't want to get roped in and get the shit knocked out of me.
Okay, Magrim.
Guess what?
What'd you
More
do?
sand.
Sand, pocket sand.
I'll get it this time, trust me. I'll get a roll above 10, I'm sure.
Okay, Aurora.
No pockets, remember? It's just regular sand. Wham!
Wham! Yeah, it's
Makes
hot
sense.
sand. It's like the sand sticks to her skin because she's sweaty. It's
of course. It gets everywhere.
Yeah, it gets everywhere. Yeah, Aurora.
I guess at this point I'll just walk away and like grab Leeson by the shoulder and
She's
just
on the ground.
pull her or grab her by the arm and just drag her out of the immediate fray.
Yeah, you can do that.
Is she like breathing and
Yeah.
like just
Yeah, like
Okay.
her eyes were like all buggy and like now they're teared. Her face was blue, but she's gasping for air because it's like a few seconds at this point, and like holding her throat.
deep breaths? Controlled.
Look, her.
I think he's gonna say, you know what, I'm kind of glad you guys showed up. I really wanted to punch something. And he's going to go to punch with advantage on the first roll.
Okay, punch.
It's a 19.
It does
to hit,
hit.
We got your back.
doing 9 points of damage
Oh shit.
because of +2.
Yeah. Like it's a big old hit, and like she coughs out blood as you give a punch right in her solar plexus.
And bonus action punch again.
Punch. A
That's
20.
a 20 to
Yeah,
hit.
yeah. Give some more damage.
6 points of damage.
Oh yeah, like you hear a rib crack as you give more damage, and she starts gasping.
You know, we don't need to do this.
She comes back to you and like gasping, like blood in her mouth and her eyes, and she spits it back at you and says, "Gladiators of Carrick, not Carrick, sorry, Carrick." Gladiators of Calic, never give in. And she will not give in as she looks to attack.
All right.
Uh-oh.
She is gonna do a heckin' stab attack at you, Lokar, for 17 to hit.
Oh, that is exactly my armor class.
Okay, this you need to give me a con save because her blade is coated.
Of course it is. That's an 8.
It is 6 points of stabby damage as she nicks you on your side, and you feel the effects of poison on the blade, and you are poisoned.
So reduced to 3, right? You haven't reduced
3
the damage
indeed,
yet.
3. Oh yeah, there is poison damage too.
Poison damage, all right.
1 poison damage, and you are
You know
currently
what?
poisoned.
Just to flex on her, I'm going to use my Stone's Endurance.
Okay.
So I'm going to reduce the damage by 11.
Oh
I
shit.
think 0.
Is that
Hit.
like
Oh.
physical damage only?
Reduce damage dealt to you.
Yeah.
All damage
It says.
dealt.
Yeah. It
Okay.
doesn't say any
Is
So-
it
specific.
to the one instance?
Is it one?
Yes,
instance?
I can
Okay.
use it once per shot, like once per short rest,
Oh, okay.
and once per turn.
Okay. So
Well,
because the
only once per
poison
short
damage
rest.
is part of the same attack, it's gonna be for both. So as she stabs into you, she does nick you, and you see that the poison glances over you. You still get poisoned because it's just the damage you remove, and you can see that
Yeah.
the poison sort of like gets into your stream somehow, but it sort of grates along granite almost as you resist the blade from entering any further into you.
Yeah, I think it just looks like as she goes deeper into my skin that there is just more stone.
Oh god.
But she obviously hit something before he could like strengthen that part of him,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see him like rearing a bit and being like, "This, all right, we're not fighting fair, it seems."
Okay, Nissa.
I'm going to try again and not grapple, but shove her
Okay.
and knock her prone.
Okay, thank you,
So I
Karik.
believe that it's an athletics
Shove.
check.
It's a shove. Yeah, it's an athletics check, and she can dodge it.
Okay.
I believe.
All right. So roll with disadvantage again.
I mean, you can also try just hit her again, you know.
Yeah, like you try and do this, and you like, you know, when you like push like a guy who's much bigger than you, like you barely jostle them, and they look down at you like, "What are you trying to do, little ant?" You do not get a single movement out of her. She's like a wall. It's like, completely resists your abilities to shove her.
Okay. So when she looks down at Nisa, Nisa will just look up and smile super wide, wolf-like smile, and go, "Oops."
Oopsie doopsie. Mistakes have been made.
That's it. That's it.
Pocket sand, Magrim?
Damn right. That's a new
Okay.
spell called sand.
Yeah.
in the,
Yeah, okay. You run, you find some sand elsewhere, and again, it's really freaking annoying. And she looks to you with like a bit of an annoyance, and she sets her sights on you with your sand. Aurora, anything?
Wow.
If she's gonna be fine, I'm gonna pick up a couple of rocks and I'm gonna make some ranged attacks.
Okay. It will be
Oh, those rocks.
not with proficiency, because you're not proficient with rock.
It would just be a simple weapon, right? Or improvised weapon.
Improvised weapon attack, yeah.
Okay, so
Probably, what is it? Strength or dexterity?
Strength.
dexterity from.
Yeah, well, it's a ranged. It's the ranged weapon, so
Yes,
you
yeah.
could argue for dexterity.
Yeah, it's a dexterity.
Oh, you can do dexterity if it's small enough, yeah.
We're talking about +3.
Like throwing a full boulder. It's
I
like-
know, right? I pick up a size of my head.
Here, I'm just gonna do it this way because it's easier.
You can just roll dex, really.
Yeah, I can just. Yeah, I can just write.
Do I have the help action, or is that only for melee? Forget.
No, that's the Magrim just did it for
Lokar.
Lokar.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think it's
I
also
wanna-
on melee.
Yeah, I want to be sure on that. And I'm gonna use a bonus action, and I'll use my martial adept to throw another rock.
Okay. Rock. Rock out.
Nope.
Very
Very bad at throwing rocks.
Impressive.
I mean, you still throw them. They still kind of hit her, but like on her armor, and it just goes dink, dink. Lokar. You're poisoned.
I'll be Yep.
You have a straight
Yep.
roll, right?
I have one straight roll. How does she look right now?
Pretty bad.
Okay. I'm going to non-lethally attack her.
Okay.
I'm going to say, as I see her looking at Magrim, I would advise you against attacking someone else. And I am going to first with a straight roll. That's bad. Second one with advantage. That's a 15.
15 just hits.
Nice. That is 6 points of damage.
Oh, dang. Yeah, she
Still
is
up?
on her last legs as she wobbles.
Alright.
Like, I thought this was America. No, like dancing, like wobbling, like with her shiv clearly dazed and about to collapse.
Yep, that's my action, bonus action.
Okay. It is Kanla at the top of the round looking at you, Magrim, and she will say, "Keep your scent to yourself!" And she will attack you with a natural 1.
And I will say that was a mistake, and I'll use my Sentinel reaction attack and attack her again.
You do so.
But let's see if I hit. Wait,
You use the attack, but whether or not you hit is another question.
Why is it not... Wait, is my keyboard? Okay. I guess I'll do 2 rolls, because right now this control doesn't want to work, so it's just going to be 2 rolls.
Wait, did she roll a natural 1?
Yeah.
Yep.
As she attacks, he throws more sand at her. Causing her to miss.
Keep your sense to yourself.
Yeah, I
Nope.
mean, it's just 1 too low.
1
Would've
too
been so
low.
cool.
Dang.
And we say I get +1 because she is distracted.
No.
Ah,
But
would've been cool.
she is really kind of pissed off. Nissa.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to punch her again.
Uh-huh.
Properly punch.
Okay. Non-lethally.
Non-lethally, yeah.
Okay.
Get her.
So it's with advantage, right?
Yes.
Yes, it would be.
If you use inspiration, yeah.
Yeah.
You could also first, since you can use inspiration afterwards, you could just first straight roll and then decide if you want to reroll or not. Inspiration is
Okay.
cool that way.
So straight roll.
Yep.
There it goes. That's
You can
10.
choose to use your
Probably want to use
inspiration.
it. So
Yeah.
not a straight roll.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she
So,
is
yeah.
well
Thank you.
skilled and blocks both your attacks with ease.
Oops.
Oopsie doop. You're like punching into her like a child. I'll kill you too. Magrim, sand. I'm gonna guess sand because that's what
Yeah.
he's been doing. Okay, Aurora, is anything you want to do?
Sorry,
Stones.
I was muted.
I am going to get a bigger rock,
Oh, okay.
and we're gonna do the same thing.
Okay, ranged attack damage. Let's see. Let's get a nat 20. Let's do it.
Fuck. No, come back. D&D Beyond.
Back to
What
me.
did I do?
Please.
What did-
no.
No. Options.
There we go.
Oh shit. Yeah. You roll some rock damage.
What's an improvised weapon? A D4.
It's the lowest.
I think it's 1d4 or 1 point of damage plus your modifier.
Oh
It is
god.
both.
You throw this rock. It's like Kanla has just tried to stab Magrim and failed to do so. You can see like there's an opening and you whiz this slightly larger rock and it's a ranged attack, right? So
Yep.
it shatters into her skull and you hear this massive crack as it breaks open her skull and like leaves a massive gash, and she falls to the ground, instantly killed.
Yeah, you can't
Oh.
non-lethally attack. Boy,
Oh,
I mean, I wanted to
Very
kill her
bad.
anyway. She's a threat.
that is Well, I think that's very bad for us. We'll see.
At that point in time, as Canla drops to the ground, the familiar sound of the gate locks screeching open as many guards flood into the pits, really pissed off with their sticks, cudgels, and whips, and looking here and there for the people that were involved in this encounter. Seeing Magram, Nissa, Lokar, and Aurora in the end, you are immediately apprehended, or attempted to be apprehended, as they all swarm you with their... And the elves, they like step back. The East Camp, they step back. Carrick watches on, and Grange just says, "Oh shit, brah." And you are all apprehended and immediately put into manacles unless you resist.
No.
Oh, no,
Is there
no.
like a moment where I could grab her weapon?
Her
Before they,
shift?
like, charge
Yeah, there could be a moment. Give me a sleight of hand.
Can I help?
Can you help?
you help?
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, talk amongst yourself. Like, I mean, if you're like trying to hide it and stash it somewhere.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Be
definitely.
Nisa or me, I think we. Well, actually, no. You have pretty high dex, don't you?
I have pretty high dex, yes.
So,
Where,
yeah, it's probably either you or me then to hide it sleight of hand.
where are you
It
gonna
was
hide
pretty
it?
close, so I will do like I mean, there's a loincloth.
Oh, yeah.
It's a perfect place, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and Magram will see him.
Yeah, roll
to go
with
for the
flat roll.
Yep. All right.
17. Yes, you snatch it like it falls on the ground. The poison on it, you can see that it's been just applied from her boot. So you can see that her boot has a little like a dribble of poison liquid that's sort of spilling out as she's now lying prone out of this little hole in her boot that is dribbling onto the ground as a place to coat the blade. But you take the blade and you quickly put it in the folds of your loincloth as the guards come in. Anyone want to do anything here? Hut.
Other than that, no.
Okay,
No.
you are immediately set upon, and you can hear some disgruntled words saying, "Could have just let us have our own fun watching them kill each other. We had a bet on the green one, but you had to go and disturb us. Well, it's the pits for all of you." And they are going to drag you all. And they are going to toss you all in the pit. In a pit. Individual. Private pit. Doop.
All right, making a new character as we speak.
I think as we get carried over, well, maybe even as they approach, he kind of says, "Should have let me done it myself. Would have been better for you guys, I think."
Oh god, you rubbing it in?
Yeah, too late now.
I
You
told you to not do anything stupid.
please roll deck save as you are like thrown down this pit. Each of you that's fallen down it. Nissa, you're gonna take some full damage.
I got a 9, by the way.
Lokar, you're gonna take some full damage too. 2 for Nissa, 1 for Lokar.
Yep.
And
Still not hurt.
fair. And this puts the encounter of Kanla versus Listen to an end, as those involved in disrupting the guards' fun are suitably punished and thrown down a pit. You are 20 feet down, and you are tight. So you're almost like wedged in down there. Around your feet is all sorts of bodily fluids from their previous occupants. It is foul smelling, and you are not comfortable at all. The sides of the pit are sharp rock with very little purchase to grip hold of. There's no like overhangs or underhangs or any sort of way to sort of like push yourself in a way to wedge yourself up. It is a pit for its purpose, and they are watched by those guards within the watchtowers. The guards that threw you down the pits, accordingly, just leave the pens and go about their business.
And I'm maybe as they like pulling me off. One more thing, sorry. If that's okay.
Pulling you off? Sorry?
As they're pulling me off, I wanted to say something to the guards.
Sure.
I'm just gonna say, if there's a place free the gladiators, let me know.
Actually, given your performance today with the rocks, roll a persuasion check.
Oh boy. Okay.
With disadvantage. Bless the dice gods.
Yes, dice gods, please. Okay.
You psyching yourself up for a persuasion check?
Ah!
Oh, dang. They kind of like laugh to each other. They look to each other and it says,
You're strong. Still going in the pit.
and they toss you down.
Right.
Okay. The excitement of the pit dissipates. The two camps go about back to their business as the cool of the day begins to set in. The guards maneuver and position themselves beyond. You can hear the noises of them getting in position ahead of food time, but that's a while away. Listen stands up after seeing what's happened, and you can see her kneel over Canla. Karik.
Well, we can't see it.
No, Karik can see it.
Karik
Very
sees it.
wisely stood out. What do you
Yep.
do, Karik?
I'm gonna walk over to her. So, what was that about?
Listen is, hoarse as well after being almost strangled to death, and says, "Wish he was simply jealous. I am obviously the better partner for Tachandra, and she just couldn't handle it. She used to be his side in the arenas, and well, I just outperformed her, and well, the master of games took shine to me and put me to Chandral's side. She couldn't handle it, and she caused a bit of a uproar. I wouldn't let that stand." And she like spits on Canla. "Does it take you, brave warrior?" And then Listen stands up and looks to you and says, "You're a strange one, wanderer. Haven't seen many of your kind around here. Don't suppose you know who those others are that now in the pits?"
Well, I actually had just met them a few days ago myself, but we had been tossed in here together, so I guess we are kind of a group.
Friends of yours?
You could say that, yes.
Call me crazy, but they don't exactly look like your traveling troupe. Don't you
Well,
usually keep
no.
to yourselves?
Well, yes, we do. Well, kinda. I did have a rather large group that I traveled with for most of my life, but I then set off by myself and have stumbled across these fine folks. And like I said, we all got thrown in here together and have slowly become acquainted with each other.
I see. Well, they played a role in saving my life. The desert would have taken me today, if not for them stepping in. So they are deserving of thanks, and I suppose that's what I should do.
You'll have to forgive me for not stepping in myself. I'm rather beat up from the day.
It's fine. The fact that anyone stepped in to help a stranger is, well, that doesn't really happen here in Gust. So
I'm beginning to notice.
I'm impressed, though. They took down a gladiator of Gust with nothing but their fists and hands. It's impressive. And that final finishing blow, I didn't see. It was so fast. So, if you would like to accompany me. Oh, go ahead.
Speaking of Gladiator, why exactly were you two thrown in here? I'm just confused is all.
I'm sorry, my voice might be a little hoarse and hard to hear. She caused a fuss, fighting over me being promoted to Takandrel's second in the arena, and the guards didn't want to hear her bullshit. Just because we're gladiators doesn't mean that we aren't slaves just like everyone else here in Gus. We just have better quarters. They gotta feed us more to keep our strengths up, otherwise we would all, well, let's just say if we were weak, it would be less interesting for the crowds.
Understood.
They just threw us in here to have us cool off or take bets or I don't know exactly, but you cause a ruckus outside or anywhere in Gust that pisses off the guards or the Templars, well, doesn't matter who you are, you're getting thrown in the slave pens. There's going to be a brief thing, maybe just to have us cool off, but clearly that didn't really work out, as she looks down at Canla with her skull split open and her blood seeping into the sand.
So were you a warrior before you were made a slave, and that's why they put you in the arena, or did you just show some sort of aptitude that made them put you there?
I was never a slave, per se. I came to Gus to find my fame and fortune in the arena. I'm now second to Takandrel, and soon I will be first. The arena games that are imminently arriving will soon give me favor to Kalak. Is expected to attend these games. But first, before we get ahead of ourselves, might I have your name, Wanderer?
Oh, pardon me. My name is Kalik. Pleasure to meet you.
Kalak. Well, Kalak, if you would do me the honor of introducing me to my saviors, I would be most appreciative.
Sure. Follow me, I guess. Oh, we'll wander over to the pits and I'll introduce everybody.
Yeah, so you can see like the cute little turtle head peek over the edge, and then Alyssan's head peek over, looking down at you from 20 feet above you. And she says to each of you, thank you. My life is, well, it lives for another day. Another day to prove myself in the arena, thanks to you all. My thanks, slaves. They call me Listen. And
Can I try? Oh,
Mhm.
sorry.
Go ahead. No.
Can I try, since I'm like 9 feet tall, got arms? Can I try to like jump up and just to test and see if I can reach the top of the
So
pit?
you can barely bend your knees.
Yeah, standing jump.
A standing jump requires you to be able to bend your knees to jump. And what are you going to do with your toes?
Like, aggressively
mean-
stand on your toes.
As in, you are girthy, right?
I
You're a
mean,
big
like-
boy. You are wedged in there like a hand in a glove. Like, there is no space for you to jump.
Would Karik even fit in one of these with his shell, or would I like get wedged?
You probably get wedged. They'll like get some sticks and like wedge you down there.
Okay, fantastic.
the
Glad
pits
I didn't get thrown in.
the pits are there. It's not like a mechanic that you can necessarily beat. You're in a pit that is
Yeah,
tight. You know, it's like it's not like a something to break out of. It's not like a door or anything like that. The pit is a pit.
I just wanted to try.
No, I get it. I'm just like letting you know.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
As she gets closer to us, is it possible to respond to her, or she just
Yeah.
says
She
thank-
looks down. She says thank you, and I just give you the opportunity. Talk as if she's speaking to all of you, I suppose, because there'll be individual conversations.
All right. Magrum will say, "Okay, that's great. You know, I haven't been in the city for long, and this is the second time I am facing my consequences for helping a woman. I'm beginning to sense a pattern. Anyway, hey, if you saw us fight so greatly, would it be possible for us to join the arena?"
I would love to be a gladiator. I loved watching Leeson. Great.
You wish to be gladiators?
Better than this hell spot.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. All hail King Kyla. Yeah.
Listen gives you Nissa like an ironic look, and she responds in the same sort of irony, like you know, like waving her hand like she's like jerking a guy off, like, you know, it's a sign of like what a jerk
Yeah.
off. It's like, yeah, King Kalak, amazing. And she looks to you and says, "Is this what you? This is how I can repay you. You want to try to become a gladiator?"
It's better than being here, I tell you what. And if they give me my book back, that'll be wonderful. If not, oh, whatever.
I have been whipped at least 30 times today. If I'm going to kill that orc, I need to be just a teensy bit more clever.
Listen,
Get it?
Listen nods to you know each of you your statements. She goes, well, it's not up to me to say you're a gladiator or not. You trial out. Maybe Beastmaster Morgan will offer you an attempt to become a gladiator. I can put your names forward to Morgan to have you try it out tomorrow if it's all the same to you.
I mean, yeah.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
Definitely.
Sure. If I can punch things, that's good.
Well, it's either that or staying in that pit for 3 days. It's your choice.
You know, I'd rather not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I see that there are insults scribbled in so many languages, and I don't know so many of them. So I would much rather read the ones that I can understand above this hall.
Well,
Smells like poop in here.
You know,
Oh yeah,
Try-
it's so funny, Pixel, that your microphone sounds like you're in a pit. It's kind of funny. It smells like poop in here.
Oh, sorry.
Alison puts her hands on her shoulder, so on her hip, and does that whole sort of shifting her weight to one side, and looks to you, Karek, and says, "What about you, Wanderer? Up for a spot of games?"
It definitely sounds better than what we had to do in here today. More entertaining at the least.
I'd rather die with a blade in hand than die being whipped to death.
I'd rather not die.
Also agreed.
And I have business too.
Then let it be done. I will put your names forward to Beastmaster Morgan, and as to Kandrel II, he has to hear me, I'm sure. So, I can't get you out of those pits tonight, so that's on you. Unfortunately, I can't break the rules in the pens, but I'll see to it that you are taken to the arena for your trial tomorrow. For whatever rest you can get, try and get some. You're going to need it. Morgan doesn't really pull his punches. He says, she says, looking at Lokar.
Sounds good to me. This was a little bit too easy, to be honest.
Well, I'm going to say hello to Grange. And then, if you feel like you wish to speak with me later on, I feel like I'm going to be here for the night.
Give Grange my apologies. I won't be able to be his punching bag today.
Listen, looks, cocks her head and says, "Right. Will do." And she looks to you, Karek, and says, "Thank you, Wanderer."
Thank you. Since you might be here for the night, not sure if you have a tent per se, but seeing as my companions here are in a pit, I think we might have some space in ours.
Thank you. I will take up your offer if Grange won't give me his tent.
Ah.
And she gives you a nod and walks over to Grange. And you hear Grange say "Whoa, dude, brah. You almost died, brah. That was awesome, brah."
Imagining the video of the surfer guy on the beach. Oh, wow!
Whoa! Okay. 4 in a pit. And a
Yep.
turtle on top.
Yep.
Can I do a thing?
You can try and do a thing.
He's
Oh.
going-
Yeah, that's good.
What
Go
do you
ahead.
want to do?
Yeah. Is the sun setting?
You can hear the movement for food time getting ready. Yes, it's getting colder. Yes.
Okay. Well then, you guys can do a thing. I want Magnum to do a thing when it gets somewhat starts to get dark.
Okay. Well, we'll forego the movements and such. The issue here, Karek, as you are the sole person standing, that you are aware that Melanda is very injured.
Yes.
And you also know what it means to be last.
Right. So you said I can hear them getting ready to
Yeah.
start handing out food?
Yeah.
Okay, as since I hear it, I'm gonna go ahead and walk down there and try to help her along with me to get in line and kind of help hold her up if I have to.
Yeah, for sure. You
Try
can
to make sure that we don't end up at the back.
you do that. You get in ahead of schedule, and the guy, Pink Dot, the guy who lost his both his friends. Oh God, he also tries to get in line. Another person, another half elf. He gets last in line this time, and he curses that his abilities to move fast were not there, and you are able to get your stew. So as you walk up to the table, the catering table where your food is, you can see that it is this gray slop of this stringy, fibrous material. It smells pretty bad, like rotten meat.
Kind of like what I smelled earlier when we were outside the gate.
Indeed.
Yeah, I figured.
But it's more like melted ice cream, but gray.
Ugh.
With like lumps here and there. Mystery lumps, yay. And everyone grabs their bowl and digs in. Unfortunately, those in the pit are without ration. Traditional English breakfast. Yum.
Tarek is going to try to pick around the chunks of meat because he is very suspicious after chopping up bodies today and seeing them hauled off.
Okay, you want to investigate your gray breakfast?
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
Roll investigation.
With disadvantage.
Indeed, exhaustion and disadvantage.
Damn it.
Let's do it. You gotta get at least like 2 double 20. Oh, it's hard to
mystery
tell.
meat.
It is mystery meat. You get the sensation that it is a meat of some kind.
Yep.
You don't know what it is. It has this weird grainy texture, like some sand got into it.
Yeah.
Like
he definitely can't tell what it is other than meat. Definitely not gonna eat it.
Really? You're not gonna eat it at all?
Hey, I'm gonna eat anything else in the soup, like the broth, just to get some.
No. It's not a soup today. It's like a melted ice cream. Like it's all one congealed sort of gray.
Oh, it's just like a pureed meat situation.
Yeah, like gray mashed potatoes.
Oh God. Well, I guess
you thought I was kidding when I said English breakfast.
Yeah, there's hash browns, there's sausages.
No, it's all bad.
It's all bad.
Okay. Well, I guess if there's no way for me to pick around anything, I'm not going to risk starvation. So, I will begrudgingly eat it.
Yeah, it is.
Pinch your nose and hold it.
Make a con save to see if I throw any of it back up.
If you feel the need to do so, you're welcome to try and hold
Yeah, I
it
definitely puke in my mouth a little bit.
down. Like a cow, and then you have to like chew it back down.
Yep.
Melanda like picks at it, but she recognizes that she needs some strength, and she is obviously, her face is screwed up. The smell of it. You look around the camp, and other people in the slave pens aren't as put off with it. They seem obviously disturbed, but it doesn't look like this is the first time this meal has been served. And they equally all eat it.
Disgusting.
That depends on whether people die or not.
I'm sorry?
I guess the fact that there is meat in the menu depends on whether people die or not.
You don't know.
Does anybody seem happy that they got this today instead of the slop we got yesterday?
Yeah. Nobody looks happy in the slave pens ever.
Okay. Well, yeah, fair. But I figured, maybe with the absolute hell that we live in, there's a little gleam of hope for someone that was like, oh, we got good food today.
Yeah, gray ice cream.
Yeah.
No, no one is happy. They
Okay.
they eat it begrudgingly, but yeah, it comes out. Okay. So those of you in the pit, you are unable to have a rest this night. You will take another level of exhaustion because of the fact that you can't rest. You get the feeling, Nissa, as you saw that person that you pulled up today, dead, that the pits are there to just, break your souls and pull you to death through just leaving you in there, exhausting you.
Yeah,
Yay, level 2.
she's just going to sigh and rest her head against the wall, look up at the sky.
No, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
No, actually.
So,
So when
if I understand it correctly, there's like no short rest, no long rest, no nothing.
No, it's impossible to rest in the pits.
Damn.
Well, this is party what?
You party wipe.
well
Yeah, if you have to do a trial tomorrow, well, it's gonna be hard. I guess maybe we get a
well
short rest in before, but
Uh,
even that's gonna be not enough.
guys, don't worry. I did not cast any spells. We're good.
Same, technically.
You can technically hear each other. You know, if you shout. I mean, Magram and Lokar, you can speak. Nissa and Aurora, you can speak to each other. But your voices are heard at least because you're next to each other. But not further than that.
Okay.
It starts to
Uh,
get dark.
Okay. Lokar,
Yeah.
have you ever fought in an arena before?
No, not
Hmm.
my type of fighting.
How many
But if it's any,
opponents? What was the maximum amount of opponents that you fought? Out, like in one battle? Because you seem like a very weathered type.
like, like me specifically, or like that I faced, because like I faced with others armies of 10,000 or more.
You faced an army.
Yeah, not alone, obviously.
Okay. So you were a soldier then.
He seems to like it lingers. He doesn't answer quickly. And then he says, "Yes,
Hmm. I
or keep
imagine
that
not
to
for.
yourself."
Of course. I imagine not with this king.
Kellic?
Yes.
Not for him specifically, no.
Do you ever miss home?
It's again a moment where he doesn't answer right away. I didn't have too much time at home in my life. So it's hard for me to miss something in particular.
Well, I imagine that it's a great place. Do you ever sang marching songs?
Partook, yes.
Would you like to sing with me?
Sure.
Okay. I have this sea shanty that has been stuck in my head ever since I got off the ship. we can start with that and then maybe do yours, because the only entertainment that I see here are insults and piss stains.
Yeah, that seems about it. Barely move in this place.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the, you're a good fighter.
Thank you.
Uh,
I wish I could have hit more.
hey, we're pretty tired. I'm
I
sure when
noticed.
you were at full strength, you her skull would have been caved in by your fist.
I guess the rock did the same thing, so it's fine.
Have you seen your fists, man? They're as big as my head. They're way harder than rocks. Tell you what.
Well, don't sell yourself short. You're just in a bad environment. This is my environment. I don't need much to work. But if you guys and the others get working, can work, it's gonna be a difference.
Oh, we'll make a difference. I have you ever heard about the legend about why there's so much pestilence and death in this world and wars?
Oh, I'd like to hear that.
Well, basically, long story short, there was this box that had all the evils of the world in it, and this god has opened it, revealing all these terrible waves of anguish onto the world. However, at the bottom of the box, there was this thing, this small light, and it was called hope. Now, some people do say that hope is just another type of pestilence. That even despite all things, you give yourself a lie that everything will be good in the end. But I like to think differently. That with hope, we're supposed to fix all these evil things, you know? So, I feel like there's still hope for us yet.
A nice sentiment. I can't say that I feel responsible for fixing the evil in the world, but I am sure confident that we can get out of here.
Oh yeah, that too. Now let's sing.
Well, I think it's only fair. I
Okay.
usually don't like to talk, but
Yeah,
do you miss home?
I noticed you're not much of a talker, and that's alright. I'm certain we can cooperate without words.
So, do you miss home? I mean, I think I've heard you're from some place far away or something. Don't really know
Oh.
where it is, but
Well, I've been to a couple places, but Verulam is, well, if you like thick jungles with mosquitoes that buzz around your head all the time, then you'll feel right at home.
oh,
Oh,
well,
mosquitoes are like, oh gosh, what do you guys have? Flies? Morgul flies?
oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
basically that, but like
oh,
smaller.
okay,
And
interesting.
there's a lot of rain over there, hence why I always have a cloak, but seems like you guys don't get that much, huh?
No,
I kind of just miss the Reaper.
what was that?
Oh, that was my teacher of Elvish literature. Don't worry, he's a great guy. I'm sure you'll like him.
I'm not the biggest fan of elves, unfortunately, but
Why not?
well,
Did you fight them in your wars?
all they hid. They were didn't even want to fight. I mean, a few did, but all of them they just kind of fled, and that is, I don't know, embarrassing at best and disappointing. Worst, it's not a good trait to have.
They betrayed you.
No, they betrayed my enemies. Still the same to me, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, they do have a lot in their culture about self-preservation since they live for so damn long. So makes sense. Still doesn't excuse what they did.
Yeah, well, it's not that important. I'm sure there's okay elves out there.
Yeah. Have you met an okay half-elf?
No.
Me neither. The last
Okay.
one tried to kill me.
Mm-hmm. Probably like without you noticing, like trying to sneak up on you and trying to kill you.
No, he was pretty blunt about it.
No.
Yeah, when he learned who I was, the thing that I am, he wanted my blood for some kind of ritual.
Oh, and you just throw some of your missiles into him.
No, they damn right I did. I took out one of his eyes.
Sounds good.
Fortunately for me, he picked a nice knife instead of a shield bell, so serves him right.
These are certainly words. Sounds like he was not prepared.
Not quite.
Sounds like a half elf to me. All right.
The night draws on. Aurora or Nissa, anything you wish to say or do?
Hey, Nisa, you know Infernal, right?
Yep.
Mind if I practice with you?
Sure. Yeah. Got anything to do around here, so happy to help.
Uh, I'm gonna start speaking a very slow and deliberate Infernal, and ask her. So I don't know all the words, but I always learned the languages for practical use to interrogate people. What were you doing at the tavern?
Is this an interrogation?
No, but it does help keep the focus. You don't have to tell me. Probably better if you practice lying.
Yeah. I was thirsty.
So how was the ale?
Well, I've drunk better piss. So yeah. I'm not gonna ask you what you were doing at the tavern because that's pretty obvious.
At a
But
mission. Yeah.
how? I mean, I'm still wondering what the hell happened with your companions. Like, why they turned on you like.
I'm wondering that as well. My father is a Templar too, you know. Works for the Minister of Defense.
Oh,
Personal aide, actually.
that sounds important.
He is, to a degree. He served in Calyx armies when they marched on Epsilon. Upsilon. He was
Oh.
there in the war. I was born before he came back, but what he
What's it
told me,
like?
he was respected.
And is he here now in the city?
I hope so. My mind has been twisted against itself. Why would I be punished if my father is fine? Why would Alabaster turn on me when I've saved his life? I've defended him. I know there are
Who is?
orcs in the Order that didn't like me, but you know, I've earned my place, haven't I?
Sure you have, but sorry, who is Alabaster again?
My commander. He was the Ganassi that was barking orders when we entered the tavern.
Oh, the loud.
I'm upgrading my desire to punch him in the dick to probably break a rib or two. We'll see how many I have left after all this.
You know, if it helps, and Misa's going to. Well, you come see her, but she's looking at it. If it helps, we're definitely, or well, not definitely, but we are probably getting out of it tomorrow. And while that is not complete freedom, I guess it's a step closer to it. Better having that, staying there 3 days and dying amongst shit and piss and dirt.
It's definitely the last place I ever thought I'd die.
Yeah, I guess. But do you think your family is looking for you?
My mother would have to stay at home, and so would my brother. But maybe Vondo would tell his lord. I mean, maybe my father would look into it. I don't know truly how much freedom he has at the tower, the keep. I know I would have been noticed. I know my father would not stand for it, but I'm a human, Nisa. Despite everything I do, I am shoved back down with gusto.
Yeah, noticed.
Welcome to guest.
Well, I've been here all my life and never stepped out. I guess I know how this works.
But there's also the possibility that my father just assumes that I'm undercover or something, taking a few days out of town. They generally tell us, but beforehand. But today well, it's all coming a blur now. Yesterday was a bit of an exception. Generally, Captain Blackscale isn't that tied up. She's a decent commander. Brutal, easy to irritate, but she's not incompetent. And that is something to say when you're talking about all of the races that run in the keep. It's only discipline that keeps it all together.
Yeah, I assume. And you're the only human, right?
Well, less than a dozen for sure. I know my father works. I don't know if there's any other guards that are humans. There might be, but we would be very few in number. I was most certainly the only one in my class.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen many human Templars walking around the Warrens, which have been around the Warrens a long time. But I mean, props to you for what it's worth, I guess.
Yeah. Props to me.
The night grows cold. You shiver in your pits. Karik, you barely have much to say to Melanda, and she nearly has barely any energy to converse back at you. She queries a couple of times whether or not you feel that there's any way to get your comrades out of the pits, but it is not much of a conversation. For now, you both agree that the best course of action is to leave Will alone and hope on hope that Listen actually will manage to get them out. Get you all out, in fact. To, be true to her word. And perhaps tomorrow won't be the flogging that it was this day. And even you, Kalik, still feel the painful welts of a whipping on your skin. However, you are able to rest this night. Your exhaustion doesn't increase as you, if you long rest, you 1 exhaustion down plus 1 exhaustion in the morning.
Right.
But you do get your health back.
Question.
Yep.
So, my star map that I get as my subclass.
Yep.
Says during a long rest, I can perform a 1-hour ceremony to magically create a replacement. I'm assuming that will not work in here, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Magic abilities and functions do not work in here. Same with your wild magic. Wild shape?
Yeah.
Anyway, I will expedite the morning. You in the pits, you hear the same clattering of people getting in line, the water ration being distributed, and Karik, you get your water, Melanda gets her water. Pit goers do not get their water, but each of you will take... no, you already got your exhaustion. So, expediting further, Listen, at the end of her incarceration of a single day, speaks to the head slave master, insisting that what you hear, this conversation, Beastmaster Morgan would needs more gladiators to fight for King Kalik, given that the festival is coming up. And she is very adamant in her position of number 2 that this is the case, and threatens the head slave master with demotion to slave in the pens. And he immediately backs down. You all hear this in the pits, knowing now that it is possible for even guards to become slaves. Having said that, people in the pit, you are extracted by guards themselves, dragging you out quite coarsely. And Melanda is unable to go with you. And the head slave master rejects that possible notion, given that she has an appointment this day with the Templars who she met yesterday. But given Lisan has made this decree, She will lead you to the gladiator pits, the arena, sorry, where you will find here. You exit out of the pens, being escorted by guards, just to ensure that there isn't any funny business going on. And you are taken to the arena. You are walked through dusty tunnels and corridors underground until you come out to the other side of this. It's going to be an arena, but you're walking up this sort of stone corridor, and at the other end is light. And as you enter into the light, this is what you see. Listen steps out into the light ahead of you and shouts up to a half-orc standing on top of the central arena podium, and shouts out, "Hey Morgan! Got a couple of trialies for you to test out." And Morgan looks down at you and spits. And we'll end the session there.
Nice. Did you say Morgan or Morrigan?
Morgan.